LOB Awesome Nation, and this is an after hours tropical special COVID Common Sense 101 4 or 5 minute tutorial. I haven't gotten out much the last 25 days. You can see my beard and my hair is growing longer. And today I got out. I dropped off some much needed TP to a friend in need, and then I went to Target for a curbside pickup where I never got out of my car. And one of the things that just absolutely blew my mind was the number of rubber gloves that were on the ground. The entire parking lot was littered. I was a bit frustrated and flustered, and I came to the realization that, you know what? I guess people know how to put them on, but they don't know where to take them off and where to put them at the end of it. So Chris Mills, who was on my podcast 2 days ago, that was talking about his flags, also happens to be a first responder, firefighter, paramedic in the town of Easton, where we live. And I figured no better person to give the proper rundown on what to do with your rubber gloves when you're through. So Chris, what do you say? Do you have some samples at least?
I do.
To share with everybody.
First, I feel duty bound to open up with the thank you for the toilet paper delivery.
Mm-hmm.
I will make sure that we think of you every time it's used.
Well, do me a favor, don't.
Anyways, you and I have been talking about this for probably a week now, and like you saw it at Target, I get up every morning and I go for a walk, and I go down Beaver Dam, Bay Road, Cross Street. I go to Shaw's. 2 mornings ago, I said to my wife, I maybe even said to you, I counted 37 different rubber gloves on the ground between my house and Shaw's, and it blew my mind. And I hear
that's just people throwing them out the window without their drive.
Yeah,
like
it's insane.
The parking lot I could get, and I'm not saying I could get it. I'm saying I could get where the lack of common sense kicks in, and they open the door and they take the glove off and they throw it on the ground, so somebody else can deal with it.
So essentially, let me start with this. Before I give up on all of mankind in general because of this, I want to say it's great that people are using rubber gloves. Yep. And for the time being, I'm going to give everybody the benefit of the doubt that you don't know what to do with the rubber gloves when you're done with them. You know how to put the rubber gloves on, maybe take them off, but you don't know how to dispose of them. So today we're going to talk about all of that. And I think by the end of the week, it's just going to be commonplace. Everyone's going to be wearing masks, rubber gloves when they go shopping. I'm actually at the fire station tomorrow, and we have a new mandate that even when we're in the station, we'll be wearing a surgical mask.
Are you finding masks on the side of the road or just gloves?
Yes, masks as well.
Oh, so those are just flying out the window too.
So I feel duty bound to say this to everybody that folks, you are turning the world into a petri dish. Okay, the throwing the rubber gloves on the ground, it's not, you're not helping anybody. What you're doing is forcing some poor kid that's probably making minimum wage to have to pick them up in a parking lot. And P.S. there's still germs out there. So it's really, really easy. And I don't want to talk to everybody like they're 2-year-olds, but I think we need to have a lesson on what to do with the rubber gloves when we're done using them. Okay. So first, we're going to talk about how to put things on. Now, if you feel like you're going food shopping and you feel like you want to wear a mask, which seems to be common, this is a surgical mask right here. So I'm going to put this on. There are 2 little loops. Those are for your ears. Here we go. Now I'm wearing a surgical mask. Next, rubber gloves. This is a left glove. This is a right glove.
Oh, there's actually left and right gloves?
Just kidding, folks. They're ambidextrous. You can use them on either hand. So,
looks like you got me on that one. What a jerk.
Here we go.
What is that? Was that you pinging or is that me?
Yeah, it was me. Putting the gloves on both hands. So now here I am. I have a mask. I have gloves. Now, let's say we're at Shaw's, Target, wherever. We're food shopping. And I'm done. I get to my car. I start loading my groceries. First thing you want to do is, if you're going to take your mask off, just pinch your mask with your rubber glove, take it off like that, okay? There. Now the mask is off.
Yep.
Rubber gloves. Now it doesn't matter whether you start with your left hand or your right hand. All right. But take one and just pinch it like this so you're not touching your skin. Take that glove off. Now you have the glove. It's inside out. See, I have now an orange hand and a black hand. What I like to do is take the inside of the glove because what are you doing? So I take the inside of that glove and I pinch the other glove with it so I'm not touching anything. There we go. Now I have the two gloves like that. Now, common sense dictates, based on what I've seen over the past 2 weeks, is people just do this. There they go. There they go. That, unfortunately, folks, is not what to do. Okay? So what you should do is use a trash receptacle. Okay? Now, there aren't proper ones
That
for
also
gloves.
known as a trash can.
Trash can, yes.
You can't put them in a recycle bin.
Exactly. So what you can do is take a rubber glove. We're going to go over. I have a trash can right here, Oscar the Grouch. You can lift the lid with one hand, throw your glove into the other, take your mask, throw your mask into the other, close the lid. Okay? Now that's that style trash can. And I understand, folks, that you might not have a trash can that looks just like that. So we'll get rid of that. We're going to go to a different one. So this is your semi-lidded plastic hefty trash can. So you could take a glove. Here we go. We have the dirty rubber glove. This one doesn't have a lid. Okay, so this one, and you may see like the NBA. There we go. Just went in just like that. Now, also, I get it. If you might not have a trash can like that, you're saying to yourself, "Well, Chris, I don't have a trash can like that one either." Okay, so we also have your industrial trash can right here, the big one. I like to put a liner in mine. So you could take, again, your rubber glove, and you can throw it into that. Okay? Had I had the energy, I would have dragged my BFI container in here to show everybody how to use the BFI container lid. But I think everyone's starting to get the point now. All right? The germs that you
But what if you don't have one of those types of barrels in your car with you?
No. So if you don't, what I suggest people do is to keep a little Ziploc baggie with you. Okay? Keep the Ziploc baggie. You can put it in the little side compartment that everyone has on their door. My wife thinks it's for trash, so it's perfect for the Mills household. But you can take that Ziploc baggie out, open the Ziploc baggie, and you can put the rubber gloves in. That way you don't feel like you're touching. If the gloves are inside out, they're encapsulated, you're probably not going to get contaminated or touch anything. But you're not making the world a safer place, a cleaner place. We're not slowing this disease down by throwing them out the window, by throwing them on the ground, by leaving them in the parking lot. And P.S., folks, and I hate to say this because I witnessed a woman do it the other day. If you're wearing a mask and you're wearing gloves and you're food shopping and you get a little itch or a scratch, or you might feel something weird and you reach under the masks and start doing a little excavating, you might as well not be wearing anything, okay? Because you just contaminated everything. And if you're wearing gloves, unfortunately, folks, gloves are not going to help you when you're food shopping. You're touching everything. You don't realize you so inadvertently you'll touch your phone. You'll touch your body. You're better off just keeping a tube of Purell and Purelling constantly. The rubber gloves in that aspect are not helping that much. They're just not. It is an involuntary reflex for us as humans to touch their face. We do. I do all the time, and I don't even know it. My wife was telling me about a nurse who put a little bit of paint on her hands, and she was just going about her day, and by the end of the day, she had paint all over her face. She didn't even realize that how many times she touched her face. So we need to really. I'm not even going to say crank this up a bit. I'm going to go as far as to say, just think about what our parents told us and don't litter.
Mm-hmm.
But again,
well, I think you fixed it, man. The Ziploc bag, that's the most genius thing, because I don't want to shame people, but I saw a woman at Target while I was in the curbside, and here's a great one. Use the curbside pickup stuff. Like you don't even need to put gloves on. You just Go online, place your orders. You don't need to go in any place. You pull up, you click, I'm here. Someone comes out, throws the stuff in your trunk. And you don't even need to put gloves on. But I literally saw this woman as I was waiting for my curbside pickup. This is what I was trying to say with disposing of them. She opened the door to her car, figured all the germs were outside, took the gloves off, and just threw them outside next to her car door. This makes no sense. That was my frustration point today. That I was just like, I can't get over.
It's gross. I don't understand what people think they're accomplishing. Okay, maybe you don't have any germs on you now, but you just put it outside and they don't go away. Right. They're rubber gloves. They don't biodegrade. And don't get me wrong, this isn't a Happy Earth Day little commercial here. This is just, my goodness, let's just be decent people. This is probably one of the most beautiful towns that are in the southeastern Massachusetts, and it's just, there's rubber gloves everywhere. It's disgusting, and there is absolutely no need for it. There's no excuse. There's no need for it. We on the ambulance, we go on a call. We might go to somebody's house. We might deal with a patient. We interact with them, you check vital signs or whatever, and we might not transport the person. What do we do with our rubber gloves? We don't throw them on the ground. We put them in the trash. That's all. It's just trash. They're inside out. The bad stuff is on the inside of the glove, like I showed everyone. Throw it out. That's all. You can throw it out with your garbage. You do not need to throw it on the ground. I've seen so many Facebook rants over the past 72 hours of people asking everybody, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Truth be told, I don't know. So like I said, before I give up on the world as a whole, I'm going to just go out on a limb, give everybody the benefit of the doubt and say, you guys just don't know how to use trash cans. So I hope this helps.
Or they didn't know they could put them in Ziploc bags.
Or the Ziploc bag. That's my own little trick. You're welcome.
You should trademark that.
Well, I'm
That's
beyond
working common sense.
The Shoveltown flag surgical masks.
Yeah,
those will be next. But it really, folks, you're doing things like that are just going to prolong this. Okay, it's great that everyone's doing the social distancing. I'm doing a YouTube right now with Josh. You look like you're in.
I'm at New Pond.
Oh, New Pond with the palm trees.
Yeah, right there. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. They just put those in.
It's lovely.
Chris and Corey Palm put them in.
Oh, there you go. It looks very balmy there. So, but it's insane. It is appalling. It's insane, folks. Use the trash cans.
Yes.
Stop being. All it is laziness. It's selfishness and it's laziness, and there's no excuse for it. I hate to say it. It's just gross. Yeah. I'll even forget about the beer cans, the nip bottles, every other thing that you see on the side of the road. But the rubber gloves, for crying out loud, just throw them in the trash. You mean to tell me that you don't have a trash can? Bring a Ziploc bag with you. Throw them in the Ziploc bag in your car. Throw the Ziploc bag out in the trash when you get home. It's that simple.
I think you should put a trash container in front of your house that says rubber gloves, and give a free trash removal for rubber gloves.
Well, I could do that, but I
think that's a great idea.
I don't like strangers over. We know that.
Two things happen when I do recordings with you.
Private.
I have a drink and my dog has to go to the bathroom.
Well, that's good. I have to go to the bathroom, and I'm just gonna keep that to. So, I don't need to use your toilet paper yet, though.
Yeah, well, when you do, don't. But no, on a serious note, you have been out on the front line in the town for the last 3 weeks. A number of times you have been around potential germs or COVID-19 or whatever you want to call, whatever stuff you guys have to deal with. And you have worn gloves, masks, at times Tyvek suits, done the right thing, and you look as healthy as a horse. And in your yard in your street is clean as a whistle. So you're using common sense, safety, and staying healthy. So it is possible where you don't need to throw the gloves out like they've got a disease.
I will say, this is not just an Easton problem. This is countrywide. There are people ranting and raving it all over the place. I'm lucky that my fire department provides us with very good equipment. I feel that I could not be protected any more than I am, which is good. I'm not bringing stuff home to my family and to my neighbors. I apologize if you watch me getting undressed on my farmer's porch, but I'm trying to take every precaution and just want to bring my clothes in and throw them right in the wash. I don't want to even talk to my wife or anything until all that stuff is just in the wash and safely cleaned. So, but the rubber gloves, it's okay. The learning curve's over, people. It's time to step up and let's police ourselves.
Keep Easton clean and Chris's walking path: Depot Street, Bay Road, Foundry Street, Quanticut, Beaver Dam. Clean it up. So that's a wrap. I think you've done a good service here. COVID Common Sense 101. I'm going to go back to my beverage over here on New Old Pond and keep it classy.
I think I see the whole cast from the show Survivor in the back.
Oh, yeah. Keep it classy, Easton. Pick up your gloves, put them in the trash. See
Goodbye.